Om Shanti. It's always so beautiful to think of Tuesday evening and a chance to reconnect with all of you, especially those who have made a commitment. Apparently, it seems this group that joins us every Tuesday have put aside all other commitments and have chosen to be part of this evening, Tuesday evenings, and spend time collectively in reflection, in meditation, in spreading vibrations of peace. So I want to especially thank all those who have been with us since June 2020. It's amazing that our journey together every Tuesday. Occasionally, we have had to switch. So I remember last year for International Day of Peace, I needed to travel on Tuesday. So I hosted this event on Monday. And last year, Monday was 19 September. And this year, Tuesday is 19 September. So time flies, and it's been another year, and we're still figuring out how to stay peaceful and create a world of peace. It's always a challenge for me in the context of, I don't know what to tell all of you every Tuesday. I have no idea. I select a topic, but I have no idea how to talk to you about it. So it is really a great honor to be God's instrument and let God do his work. I've tried many times to tell ahead in my mind what I'm going to share with all of you, but it never works. I will think, and then nowadays I stop thinking. I just know that as God's instrument, if we are ready and we surrender our mind and intellect to him, then he gets his work done through all of us. Not just me, but it can be all of you as well. Just surrender your mind and intellect to God, and he knows what his children need, so he shares only that. So tonight is no exception. I'm going to allow God to use his instrument, intellect of his instrument, to share with you. But earlier today, I had to go to get my ID card done in Guyana now that I'm residing in Guyana after being out of Guyana for 25 years. So I'm having to get documents together like my ID card. So I went to this office, and it was interesting that someone greeted me warmly. I also respond accordingly. And we sat down and she started to take details. And I found myself saying to her, "Do you have a big staff here?" And she looked around the room and I could see all the staff. They were there, except she said three are missing. Three staffs are missing. And so I said, I would love to do a staff development session for all of you. And she said, that would be nice. So I began to tell her a little bit about some of the topics we offer: positive thinking, stress-free living, self-esteem, etc. I just had a chit-chat with her. As she was filling in the details, I was chatting with her. And within a minute, she said, "Before you leave, I'll make you meet the supervisor, my supervisor, and you can talk it over." And so that actually happened. She went in, she spoke to the supervisor, and then the supervisor came out and invited me in her office. Very warm, very friendly. And somehow it brought back memories of when I left Guyana. It used to be an atmosphere of that kind, that you walk into an office, you walk into a building, and you meet people. And it doesn't take long to connect with people. And that is, of course, if you've done your homework of removing layers and layers and layers of that which divide us, and instead bring onto the table that which could possibly unite us. So here I was. I had no space in my heart or my mind for any form of racism, any form of discrimination. These girls are from African background. I'm from Indian background. I'm wearing a sari. I'm from the Raj Yoga Center. They are more likely Christian. All of those things that are connected with my roles and their roles, my body and their body. Having practiced soul consciousness over that many years, it becomes natural for you to go beyond seeing the body, seeing the culture, the religion, the nationality, the age, the gender, the status. All of these are what rob us from being peaceful. And what unites us is to see all of us as God's children, our brothers and sisters. And in my conversation with the supervisor, she was saying how sometimes her team, members of her team, no matter how much you try with them, you talk to them nicely, you try to help them, it appears as though they change for a period of time. And then they get back to normal. Normal means the same behavior. And when she said that, I told her that, you know, all of humanity, all souls in the world are children of God. And there's a core of goodness, which are DNA that they have brought with them. The DNA that tells the world that they are God's children. All of us have that DNA of goodness that connects us with the one who's ever good. So I said to her that when those people are displaying those kind of behavior, they try to provoke you, they try to irritate you, they try to get beneath your skin, they're actually crying out for help. They're saying to you, accept me. They're saying to you, love me as I am. Embrace me as I am. Don't try to change me. Don't try to make me different. Love me unconditionally. Love me for who I am and what I am. So I said that to her. Don't get caught up with what's on the surface, but read between the lines and you can see that they are trying to get into your head. They're trying to grab your attention. I said, when those who understand you and who are peaceful and loving, they don't do those extra work to get your attention, to sit in your head. But the one who needs help are trying desperately to get to your attention. And why? Because there is an emptiness within, and they are seeking a means of filling that emptiness. And so they are behaving in this attention grabbing. They're displaying an attention grabbing mentality. But if you read it carefully, they're looking for attention. They're looking for fulfilling a need. And as we all know, we have 5 fundamental needs. Need to be loved, to be valued, to be understood, to feel respected, and to feel safe, to feel secure. And so some people don't fulfill those needs from the inside, but they look outward to fulfill those needs. And it is my responsibility when I see these attention grabbing behavior that I should be able to read the lines and say, they're seeking my help. And I cannot let them down. So I said to her, you are a leader. You're the head of this organization. And they look up to you with a certain level of what? Certain level of expectation that as a leader, you will be different. You'll be like a mother, and they will see themselves as your children, and you are supposed to protect them. You're supposed to guide them. You're supposed to show them the path. You're supposed to be the stick for the blind. You're supposed to be the leader, and they want to follow your example. So if you are disturbed by them, instead of understanding your role and not getting caught up with how they're playing their role. It was interesting that it took us almost immediately. I don't think it took us 30 seconds to connect. And I have had so many experiences back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 25 years ago. I could literally walk into an office in Guyana and organize a session. So before I left, we had agreed that she's going to call me and I'll come over and do a session with them. I went to get my ID card done, but I thought they are offering me a service free of charge. Can I offer them a service too? I'm no less. And one of the things I learned from Brahma Kumaris, which give me that sense of responsibility, but also that courage. And what did I learn? At a very early stage, I learned that people out there have knowledge. They know certain things that I don't know. No, one of our teachings is the people in the world knows what we don't know. And we know what they don't know. And what they know, I don't need to know that. Like their job is to issue an ID card. That's what they're trained to do. So they know all the know-how, the procedure, the various steps required. Do I need to know that? No. So they know what I don't know. And I know what they don't know. But also I know what they need to know. I know who am I, where I have come from, where am I going, why am I here. I know what happened at the start of this drama, the beginning, the middle, the end of the drama. I know the past, present, the future. I know about roles and responsibility. I know who God is. I know where God resides. I know the attributes of God. And I know when God comes and how he comes and why he comes and what he does when he comes. So this information about knowing the self and knowing God, everyone needs to know that. But not everyone knows that. So it is my responsibility to help everyone to get this knowledge that will free them from their roles and the body. Because there are three dimensions of the self: the soul and the body and the roles. Soul is separate from body and roles. But when soul becomes a living being, when soul occupies a body and become an embodied soul, that's when body and roles come into the equation. But when we have to go home, just like when we come here, we come naked, we come alone, and we come empty-handed, nothing. But when we're returning without the body. We're returning alone, and we don't have hands, so we're not literally taking anything with us, but we're definitely taking good karmas and good personality with us. These are the two things that we need to accumulate. Good karmas, as many good karmas as possible, and with good karmas comes good habits, or with good habits come good karma. So I develop good karma, I develop good habits because of my good karmas. And the only thing we're taking back with us is a stockpile of good karmas and good personality traits. So that when I have to play my next role, I'll have the right personality, and I'll have a stock of blessings, a stock of happiness and peace, which I have accumulated based on my action. So my reward will be a life of peace, a life of happiness, and a life where I can be someone who can contribute to the society. So we need to ask ourselves. So in my conversation, brief conversation, but still it felt like we have met before and this is not our first meeting. It was so easy to talk to people. It is really easy because you're connecting. Mind you, you're connecting with the goodness of each other. If you only start looking at the surface, what the limited physical eye sees, we are in trouble. But if you use the third eye, the eye of understanding, the eye of soul consciousness, the eye of being beyond body, and then based on your vision of yourself, that's the lens you will use to see others. And connecting with each other will become easy, natural. And so I found this brief meeting with that head of the department and the clerk who was assisting me with all the details. And when I was leaving, I said, I'm hoping we will meet again. Because of course, now I have to submit to them some of the courses we offer and allow them a chance to share, to decide which one they would want to offer the staff. So what is easier? To be angry, to get angry, to stay angry, or to stay peaceful? Which is easier? Sometimes we tend to believe that it's easy to get irritable. It's easy to lose my cool. It's easy to get upset. It's easy to get irritated. And if that is the case, then there's a lot of homework we have to do, because peace should be natural. And imagine that I'm here bringing peace from where I came from. Because I came from a home, a world of peace. That's my home. I didn't come from evolving from various species, but I came from a world where God resides, the world of soul, the world of silence, the world of purity, the world of stillness, the world of liberation, the world of freedom. That's where I came from. So I have an identity. I'm a child who belong. I'm a soul, a child who belong to a world of Shanti. That's where I belong. And that's where I have to return. So with that awareness that I have come from a world of silence, peace, purity, freedom, stillness, and in that world, God, the ocean of peace, God, the one who is the purifier, God, the one who is ever pure and ever free, I come from that world where he resides. So I'm bringing with me here on this earth, which is the stage, I'm bringing those vibrations, those personality traits with me. And when I know that, and I know that I'm here, and that earth is not my home, but that world of silence, freedom, purity, liberation is my home. And this earth is but the stage. This earth is the stage, and all of us have come here onto the earth stage to play a part. And in order to play my part, and for you to play yours, we both need a costume. So this earth, the stage, is a temporary place where I am only here for a short time to enact my part. And I have taken this body on loan only so that I could play out my part. And I'm related to each individual that I come into contact with day in, day out. Every day of my existence on this earth, all the people that I meet, whether briefly or otherwise, I'm only meeting them because of the role I have to play and they have to play. We are both actors, temporary actors. And when I am on the earth stage, when I'm on the earth stage, where should my focus be? On the other person and what they're doing and how they're playing their part, whilst the whole world is looking at me? So imagine you're on the earth stage and the audience are out there looking at you. So the earth stage is your field of action, and you're the actor, and the whole world is looking at you for inspiration to model you, but you're busy looking at someone else. What would happen? So why am I here? Just temporary. And what have I brought when I came? I brought freedom. Freedom is a natural state of human being. And this is why today, when I was doing some work, I was also listening to a message from the president of Brazil addressing the United Nations. Very heartwarming message to all members of the United Nations. And because they're all gathered at the UN headquarters in USA, in Manhattan right now. And it was amazing that how much he was appealing to all member states, included himself, to take responsibility for the peace and happiness and the protection of every human being. And he was saying that we're running out of time. We have very few, very limited time to get our act together because of climate change. He was telling if we don't reverse and revise and reverse what we're doing, we wouldn't have a world. And when you hear that, and I thought, well, somebody's waking up very slowly but surely to responsibility. So you're here, we're temporary here. I don't have any relationship with you, but because of the role I'm playing, I'm having a relationship. So since we're going to have to work together, act together, play a part together, why don't I make it good for each other? I help you, you help me, we help each other to stay peaceful. And we spread peace in the world so that others can get inspiration to stay peaceful as well. I am free because I don't own anyone, I don't own anything, so I have no fear of losing anything or anyone. So that's a feeling of freedom. That's a feeling of liberation. And when I have that feeling, I own nothing. I have nothing to lose. And why I don't own anything? Because I am a being of light, non-physical light. I'm not a tangible being. I don't have anything. Just I am an infinitesimal point of light, metaphysical, non-physical. So what do I own? But as a metaphysical, non-physical being of light, I have qualities, virtues, which I can radiate. So this is how I can stay peaceful with the awareness that I am a non-physical being of light. I've come from a world of freedom, a world of peace, a world of stillness. And today we keep running. Everyone is busy. And we're losing the ability to be still, to be silent, to be free, We're losing that ability. So we're moving away from our natural nature. And so this is why anger seems natural and peace seems impossible. We say the happiness here is an illusion. So it's not real. But there is real happiness within this eternal, immortal being. Real happiness, real peace do exist, but not out there, because out there is just a temporary role, temporary part. Real peace, real happiness, real love, real power is already there. But I can only remember and access those qualities and those powers if I become aware of my non-physical existence. It's like when I wear a hat of a mother or I wear a hat of a friend shows up. And now at that moment of time when I am engaged in interacting, chatting, having a good time with my friend, that moment I'm wearing the hat of a friend. And as I wear that hat, the natural nature, the natural personality of friend emerges. So what would a friend be engaged with in the company when we are together as friends? What would be our attitude? What would be our behavior towards each other? Warm, friendly, engaging, cooperative. We listen to each other. We share personally, open our hearts to each other. And then when you're playing the role of mother, you wear the hat of a mother, the qualities and the personality of a mother emerges. And then you think you are responsible. You have to be protective. You have to guide. You have to be a role mother. You have to be a provider. You have to be empathetic. There's so many qualities that emerge. You have to nurture. You have to sustain. This is what will be the natural nature of a mother. So, friend, with that lens, I'm seeing through the eyes of a friend. I'm looking at a friend. And when I see and look at another friend, I emerge the quality. Can somebody check their phone to make sure yes, I see. Sorry, somebody keeps trying to call me. Don't know who is that. So each awareness brings certain qualities. So the awareness of being a mother brings the qualities of a mother. The awareness of being the friend emerges. So it is there within us. If I think I'm a lady, a girl, a woman, that qualities will emerge. If I'm thinking I'm Hindu, that quality will emerge. Those qualities, those personalities. Whatever I think, that's the lens I will see through, and the qualities and the personality will emerge. But because I do not remember that I am a soul, a non-physical being, and that my home is a world of peace and silence and freedom and purity and stillness, I feel I need peace. I need freedom. I need, but not realizing that my natural nature as a non-physical being are all these qualities and powers that I earlier mentioned. I brought them with me. It is there within me. So what I need to do, emerge the consciousness that I'm a non-physical being. I own nothing. I have the fear of losing nothing. So I'm a free spirit. I'm a free soul. Can you feel free in this world? Or are you too caught up with being responsible, caught up with playing a role? You have to have that experience of being free. I remember meeting someone in Aruba. Those days I used to live in Aruba. And that person said to me, I've never experienced what it feels like to be peaceful. And it was quite a shocking, uh, it was shocking for me in the context that how can a human being live on this earth for 3 decades plus and never tasted peace or purity, never ever tasted what it feels like to be peaceful. So I was, for a moment, quite taken aback when she opened up and said, I don't know how it feels to be peaceful. And someone who has everything, good husband, good children, all facilities, everything that money could buy, and she's physically beautiful, and yet she lacked the experience of peace. We lack the experience of freedom, whilst freedom is our birthright. We lack the experience of love when our natural nature is love. So, how am I going to be able to contribute to the world, bring peace and love into this world when I am not even aware where peace and happiness exists? It exists within the non-physical being. And who are we all? Non-physical being. And whom do we belong to? Another non-physical being. The light of all light, the eternal light, the one that is ever illuminated, the one who is unlimited and unconditional, the one who is unchanging. I'm connected with that one. And I have to go back there sooner than I even want to think. I have to go back to that one. And none of us, absolutely none of us, can leave this world unless we are peaceful, unless we go back to the state of freedom. So we have to let go. Not give up your car, give up your house, give up your family, but let go of them here. This is where we are bounded, trapped, because we believe we are owner first of this body, owner of each other, and owner of all the facilities that Mother Earth has provided with us. And we look at people leaving the world. We look at the body lying in the casket. We look at the family around, celebrating the departure or mourning. And at that moment, we feel, oh, well, when my turn comes, but not realizing that each one of us will have to leave that body behind, and each one of us will have to leave each other behind, and each one of us will have to let go of all that which we say is mine. So why wait for that moment when we forcefully have to leave the body, forcefully have to depart from each other, not even getting a chance to say goodbye to each other? Why not practice that I am a non-physical being? I own nothing. I have the fear of losing nothing. So I am liberated. I am free. My role here is this earth is a play field of action. This earth is the stage. It's not my home. Know the song? This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. Treasures are laid up way beyond the blue. That's where we come from. That it is true that we come from a world up above. It is true that we will go back to that world. It is true that we came from the world where God resides. It is true that we have to go back to the world where God resides. It is true that we come from God and we have to return to God. So then what happens in between? Everything else is temporary. And if I can embrace these ideas and apply them, then I can restore back peace, freedom in my world. And when I'm free, then I can contribute to creating a world of peace, a world of freedom. We all say we want peace, but we hold on. Hold on. What do we hold on? To that which is changeable. And we are letting go of that which is permanent. What is permanent? The soul world, our eternal home. What is permanent? Soul. What is permanent? My relationship with God. All other relationships are temporary. Why hold on to temporary when I have access to being eternal? Why hold on when I could feel free? And so sometimes when I listen to these leaders talking, I listen to all that they say out there, I realize they lack the knowledge that I have received from God. And that knowledge they need, but I don't necessarily need the knowledge that they have. And with that courage, with that understanding, give me courage that I can open my mouth and say, I want to do a session with you. I want to talk to you. And that's the knowledge that I have stored within my intellect so that I can be brave enough to say to all of you every week, I'm going to share with you for an hour. And it's almost 8:20. Right? So we all owe our own soul. We all owe our own soul peace. It is our right and responsibility to restore peace within our own self. And the teachings that I have received from Brahma Kumaris have given me that conviction that I already have peace. I'm not a seeker. I already have happiness. I already have love. I am not a seeker of love. In fact, there are two things. One, to know that I have that which I'm seeking. I don't need to seek because I have. And two, my purpose here. My purpose here is to contribute to a world, to contribute to making this world peaceful. It's like a handful of people, a family, they decided to choose a new house. They buy a new property and they enter the house. Nothing, no vibration is in the house. Cupboards, all facilities are there. Everything to make them comfortable, physically comfortable is there. But the house don't have any vibration. And the family will determine what kind of vibration I will instill in this house to change this building and this house into a home. It's just a building. It's made of material, but I need to turn this building, this house, into a home. So all of us in the family need to contribute by being harmonious, by being peaceful, by sharing peace with each other, sharing love with each other, sharing happiness, not coming into the house expecting the house to provide those vibrations. Walls don't have vibration unless the people in that house where the wall exists spread vibrations. So wall don't have vibrations. Cupboards don't have vibration. Beds don't have vibration. But the people who sleep on the bed and the people who occupy the rooms turn that building, turn that house into home. So why am I here? I've brought with me love. I've brought with me peace. I've brought with me everything. And the only living being that has developed mind and intellect that can use my mind to send out loving and good wishes to Mother Earth, to nature, to the elements, to the trees, to the sun, to the earth, and to each other. We are conscious living beings with a developed mind and intellect, the highest amongst God's creation. So what are we here to do? To take, to complain, to sit back and expect that everybody else in the house or in the building will give me love, make me peaceful, make me feel good, make me feel worthy. And what is my responsibility? So why am I here? I'm carriers of peace, carriers of love, carriers of good vibrations. And then I'm turning a building, a house into home. And this is what locally, then nationally, then globally, we're creating a world of love and peace. And I'm leaving behind a legacy of love for generations to come. For my children and grandchildren and great grandchildren, I'm leaving that. And then I guarantee that in my next role, in my next family, in my next part of the world where I will be playing that role, I will be carrying the reward with me of the seeds I've sown in this world. And so I'm ensuring now in this family, in this home, in this part of the world, that I am going to decide here and now what kind of family I will take birth in, which part of the world I'll take birth in, what will be the physical circumstances around my birth and my existence. All of that is determined by being carriers of peace and love at this time. When we change, the world change. And Gandhi said, let's be the change we want to see in the world. Change is possible, but change begins with me. I am the chancellor of change. And what I'm changing, something temporary to something permanent. Why get caught up? You could be a family of two. You can be a family of one. You can be a family of 10, but you can own the whole world. Everyone can be your children. Everyone can be a member of the family. Why go limit? Why go limiting? Why not embrace every single person? Why not see them? So I was in my conversation with this person, I was saying that look at, if you study all the serial killers, all the people who committed heinous crimes, try it. You will find out that there is something hidden in their past. They're not naturally bad. They're not naturally evil. They're not naturally murderer. Seriously, there's something that triggers those personalities. And therefore, if I walk around with this awareness that by nature everyone is peaceful, by nature everyone is good, by nature everyone is related to each other. And so there's not those who are from Indian background or those who are from African background or those who are Christians or Muslim, etc., that they're the ones who are related to me. No, we are not related to people through our bodies and through our roles. We're related to each other because we are souls, children of one God. And this is what I need to remember. Peace begins with me. A peaceful world begins with me. Peaceful family begins with me. And peace is just one thought away. I think I am non-physical. I own nothing. I have nothing to lose. So there's no fear of losing anything. So my freedom is intact. And when I'm free, I am peaceful. When I'm free, I'm contented. When I'm free, I'm happy. What is the most important thing for a human being? The freedom. Freedom is most important. When I'm free, when nothing pulls my intellect, nothing holds me, traps me, I am free. And with freedom comes peace, contentment, happiness. Okay, so here goes me. It is God's wish to bring that message to all of you. I am just the facilitator, and I hope that you are leaving this evening, all of us, with a thought to make yourself free and to accumulate, and you can accumulate with your thoughts. You don't have to invest money. Whilst you walk, whilst you cook, whilst you clean, whilst you drive your car, whilst you're at work, once your mind and intellect is free, send loving vibration. Everyone. No, physically you embrace one or two people when you meet them, but what about sending loving vibration? Embrace everyone with your heart. Know that they are yours and you belong to them. And that your home and their home is up above. And here Who knows tomorrow? Tomorrow has not been promised, so make the most of today. Embrace each other, not physically necessarily, but embrace them in your mind and look for those people who are showing tantrums, those people who seem to have a personality issue. Look for them and use empathy, use love, use mercy, use understanding, because that's all they need. Any attention grabbing individual, they're asking you to love them unconditionally. All right? Om Shanti. We meet again next Tuesday, same time. Let's have a moment of silence before we close. Good night and enjoy. Thursday is the day designated as the International Day for Peace. But I'm happy that we were able to talk about it today. Om Shanti and good night.